You're not getting past me, okay? Hey. I get to the aisle first. I'm getting on the 10 first, bitch. What up, my big beautiful BBs? Welcome to People Keep Talking, the show I talk about news and trends throughout the week. I'm Meghan Tonjes with my special correspondent, Nicola Foti.
Hey!
Soundly awake. You may recognize him probably from nothing else.
You want to just dive right in?
Let's dive right in.
Skinny dip, girl?
Skinny dip.
Take your clothes off.
I would rather not.
Google announced that it will link videos that promote conspiracy theories to fact-based websites like Wikipedia. Videos will have text boxes that are called information cues, which link the third-party sources that debunk the hoaxes.
Ooh. When YouTube came out with this, I was like, how are you all even paying attention to what is a conspiracy theory and what is not a conspiracy theory?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and what's a conspiracy theory for fun? Like conspiracy theory about Rugrats, the cartoon, and a conspiracy theory that like has actual consequences.
Also, isn't Wikipedia like don't people submit information to it? So like, how do you know that everyone submitting the information is even fact-based?
Well, I mean, they'd have to check the sources. Like they're little footnotes.
Oh, listen, I'm totally here for the culture of YouTube to start citing its fucking sources.
Right.
Like when I talk about a story and I try to mention like, hey, this is a publication I got it from, and then some of you out here just post random shit with no citing, nothing. Like you just woke up. If you didn't wake up today with the information in your head, you don't know it. If you were writing a paper, how did you all get through college, like high school, without getting in trouble? Like I'm constantly amazed at big YouTubers who do not cite their work. Mm-hmm. And continuously get in trouble for it. And I'm like, yeah, you deserved it. You should know by now. Wikipedia responded.
They sure did. They said, we are always happy to see people, companies, and organizations recognize Wikipedia's value as a repository of free knowledge. Mm-hmm. In this case, neither Wikipedia nor the Wikimedia Foundation are part of a formal partnership with YouTube. We were not given advance notice of this announcement.
Yo, so YouTube put out a thing saying, we're gonna start putting Wikipedia articles, and Wikipedia was like, bitch, pay us. You didn't tell us you were gonna do this. Mm-hmm. You gave us no heads up. Now we're gonna have all this traffic. You're connecting your stuff to our site, but we have to sit here and ask people to donate through PayPal to keep the site up. Oh, I love that car color, that light baby blue, that old woman baby blue.
You wanna get her painted?
Like it's sat in a garage since the 1940s. I love it.
National Geographic admitted that in the past it has been racist when reporting on other cultures.
Yep.
For a recent issue, they had a historian look at the publication's history. Susan Goldberg and the editor-in-chief, well, wow.
Whoop, 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 words.
The saliva interrupted.
Whatever
me.
That sound was.
That sounded like a dementor.
Yo.
Susan Goldberg, the editor-in-chief, was shocked by past coverage.
Also, this little basic bitch behind me, you're not getting past me, okay? Hey. I get to the aisle first. I'm getting on the 10 first, bitch.
Sorry, baby.
This literally looks like a teenager. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, and he's got headphones in. That's good. That's safe. That's good. Yeah.
I love when people have it. Like, how are you supposed to hear the shit going on?
I saw someone yesterday with literally the window open, an entire black towel out of it, blocking this entire section. And I was like, baby girl, what are we doing?
Someone cut me off the other day, and all their windows were tinted. And sometimes I just need the satisfaction of like catching back up to them and looking at them.
Yes, I love that.
And it was just blacked out.
Passing them and just staring.
It just made me pissed her.
Pissed her. Yep. Okay, get back to the story.
Susan Goldberg, the editor-in-chief, was shocked by past coverage. She said it hurts to share the appalling stories from the magazine's past. One shocking example is a story published in 1916 about Australia that featured a photo of two Aboriginal people with the caption, "These savages rank lowest in intelligence of all human beings. Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah. Girl, I mean, I don't read National Geographic like that, so I couldn't, but I can only, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh, that's the first place I would go, probably assuming that they would be racist as fuck. I'm sure it's interesting to like work for that magazine and go back and really see National Geographic. I almost call it Geographic. To see National Geographic and you in your head think of it as a celebration of other cultures, and then you realize that some of the coverage has not been a celebration. In fact, this has like upheld this normalization of looking at other cultures as the other, and white as like the default.
I mean, this is actually really just gross.
Yeah.
1916 or not.
Yeah, it's true.
A teacher at Crystal River Middle School in Florida was found to be secretly hosting a white nationalist podcast.
Sure did.
I heard about this one. In her podcast, Unapologetic, she called that shit unapologetic.
She did.
She would be the type.
Yep.
Diana or Diana Politic
doesn't matter. Random trash bitch. Doesn't
talked
matter.
about how she would push her views in class.
Okay.
People who we entrust to teach our fucking children God fuck.
Not my children, because fuck kids, but your children specifically.
Using science with hard finger quotes.
That's the hardest finger quotes I've ever
to show
seen.
that certain races were smarter than others. So that just ties right the fuck into National Geographic. She encouraged other white nationalists to get jobs as teachers. She said, be more covert and start taking over these places.
Yeah, sure did. What up, motorcycle?
I want to punch her in the face.
Listen, I mean, the thing about this story too is that, first of all, the card in front of us says pro-life with a Y.
No!
This could not be. What a time to be alive. You know? I couldn't have timed that any better. Holy God.
Oh no.
I just kind of want to hit this car just like a tap, like a tippy tap. The most interesting thing about this is that when she put this podcast up, she used a different name, but all of her social media, she used her fucking photo, like her real photo. And she she would talk about working at a school and like her location and like just very specific things. It's like, but you want to get caught. Like, you know, you want to get caught. You didn't do a very good job at hiding what you were doing. And then she would talk in the podcast about how she would like do things in class or say things to make these students believe that like different races have different levels of intelligence and like shit like that. And then when parents would question, she would basically be like, no. And they would just believe her. She got outed, and I'm pretty sure she got fired, obviously.
I just really, like, she went so far as to name her podcast Unapologetic.
But it
okay,
doesn't sound
that's
like
one.
you're very unapologetic, bitch.
Then she hides her...
Not well.
What?
Not well. Uneducated.
How are you hiding? That's like...
Unmotivated.
Two fucked. Like 2 times fucked. Because you fucked yourself by calling it unapologetic and then hiding behind an alias. And then you fucked yourself by not even properly having an alias.
But because listen, this is a thing with like the white supremacy, white nationalist, alt-right, whatever you want to call it today, is that this feeds into the narrative though of like, look, they don't want us to have freedom of speech. And the thing is like, it's not about freedom of, like, you can do whatever you want, but you have to understand that when you're sitting there gloating over teaching these like views about inequality to students in a classroom, what are you doing? Why can't, like, you know, actually I was gonna say, why can't racist people be racist and silent, but you know what, no, I'm glad that racist people do this kind of shit,
so we know who they are,
because we can see who you are, we can get you the fuck out of things. Like, it's just, I don't understand.
Freedom of whatever the fuck, what did you just say? What's that word?
Speech?
That word. Freedom of speech is not freedom from consequences.
Consequences either.
What I say to Diana is, be shook. Fitbit is releasing a new $100 fitness tracker for kids. The Fitbit Ace is meant to help fight childhood obesity. Kids and their parents can monitor their activity, sleep, and notify the kids when they have been sitting for too long. This sounds like an episode of Black Mirror.
It does sound like an episode of Black Mirror, and I feel like, listen, I have a Fitbit, and I like the Fitbit. I check and occasionally see how much I've been sleeping, and like, you know, if you want to track your steps for the day and stuff like that. But you know what we need to not be doing is giving kids more focus on their weight and like numbers and an obsession with like what they're hitting, and another like connection to technology that tells them when they're doing the wrong thing or the right thing.
Yeah, and another just like avenue for failure.
And we all know, you can all sit there all day and say, well, this wouldn't single anyone out, but you know fat kids are going to be wearing these bracelets from the parents that don't want to deal with it. And then, like, I can tell you, as someone who was a fat kid, I would have been made fun of for it so badly in school.
Oh yeah.
Because they would have seen that band on me, they would have known why I'm wearing it, and they would have tortured me over it. So it's like, I just wish that families that are sitting there like, I just don't understand why my kids are fat, and I hate that they're fat. It's like, why don't you come to Jesus on your own terms, and then why don't you as a fucking family do things and explore your relationships with food and your relationships with your body, and not pass that shit down to your kids. Because I'll tell you what, as someone who was sent to fat camp when she was 12 and lost a ton of weight and then got really sick from it, I got really sick from it because when I came home, my family ate the fucking same that they did before. and my body couldn't handle it. First of all, if I, as a kid, you're gonna be tracking my sleep and steps, Mom, I want to track your fucking steps and sleeps. I want to know how much caffeine you drank today, bitch. I want to know everything you ate. I want equal transparency, and I bet you a lot of parents would not feel comfortable with that. No. Ooh, you're sitting there watching the 6th hour of Scandal, bitch. Time for you to move your ass too. On this channel, we do a segment called BB of the Day. That's where I give some internet love to my internet loves. And so I was gonna have Nikki go through my comments.
Okay.
My newest video over on Tonjes, and pick one out that you like, that you want to give a special shout out. Maybe a few of them. Maybe a few of them. Maybe give out, you know what, it's a Friday, give out a couple BB of the days.
It's a special day.
It's a special day.
We're sitting in traffic. We have time to kill, you know?
This is great.
Oh, there's your ad.
Yes.
Pausing it.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I would watch the whole thing.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm sure you've already watched it, so I'm sure.
It's only because, like, everyone watching here should have already watched the ad to this video, so that should make up for it.
Can I tell you that my favorite comments are when someone's like, I sat through this 30-second ad for you, Mama Tonjes.
Same.
I appreciate you.
You know they're dedicated.
You're a real one.
You know the love is there.
I do. They want me to keep a roof over my head, and I appreciate you.
Exactly.
If you can't donate to the Patreon, watch my ads.
It's free.
Or I would encourage you to watch my ads. I didn't say that directly because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube.
I want to give out BB of the Day to Brianna Crystal.
Okay.
She said, I like, I comment, I subscribe, I worship. Why is that not enough for you?
Wow, guess what, bitch? It is today. it is enough today.
Courtney Spencer, another
what up,
BB
Courtney?
of the Day, says, I had to overcome my instinct to avoid anything that combines death and puppies to watch this. That's love.
That is love. I mean, I appreciate it. Luckily, I didn't show any videos or photos of anything. I just talked about it and how horrifying it was. Did you hear about that United puppy thing? That was so upsetting.
You know, they had United had another puppy apocalypse?
They had another puppy? They had one that they sent to the wrong place. Yeah, they sent him, what, to like Tokyo or something? Or like,
And then also the same day, United had the passenger where the woman next to him put her feet up on the table and he asked her to put it down. She wouldn't. So he asked the flight attendant to do it. And then the flight attendant ended up issuing the woman with the feet out a $1,000 voucher, and the guy, nothing. So that was the same.
I thought you were gonna say they fined her, and I was like, good, get your fucking feet off the table.
No, the opposite. They rewarded her.
That's kind of trash.
Which is sad because United is honestly my favorite airline.
I mean, my points are with American, but American has
my
their own
points are with
too.
United. I'm troubled.
I mean, United. I mean, their stock's gonna go down, so maybe you can swoop in. The United is in the same place this week as I feel like Snapchat is, with literally Rihanna saying delete this shit.
Oh my god.
Between Kylie saying who uses this anymore and Rihanna saying delete that shit, I was like, oh girl, I'm part of the Navy. So. And
with their whole like redesign, I don't even want to talk.
Oh, I'm not listening to anyone complaining. And
I don't even know how to find anyone.
Good job, anymore. Snap. If they were smart, they would do the thing that Beam didn't do, which is like because when they were doing those school walkouts and they had all of the snap maps up to show what was going on where, I was like, that's actually really interesting. Like, if you could, I feel like Beam wanted to be this, but they didn't have the infrastructure that Snap has, which it's like to be on the ground, to feel like you are shooting the news, that you are sharing an experience beyond just like Instagram story can be very like, this is my brand, swipe up, look at the thing I did. Here's this, like, it's very programmed almost. And I think Snap could be an interesting place to really get these like stories from around the world.
Like a window.
And I know that their Discover page like kills it, but I never understood once they got the Discover page. I was like, why can't I search for other people beyond this? And like, why is it so hard to just find the people that I do follow? All right, girl, you got any other BBs?
I got one more BB.
One more BB.
Second City Love says, thinking about you fondly is the new thoughts and prayers.
That's true. I said I was thinking, I tried to give some prayers to Stephen Hawking, and then I said, oh, well, he's probably an atheist because he's a scientist, so I guess prayers aren't welcome here, but I'll think of you fondly.
I love thinking of you fondly.
I'm thinking of you fondly, BB.
I also like that as replacing a bless her heart.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Please don't leave any of your comments about how I'm driving and I'm talking, because guess what? I also do when I'm driving and my mom's on the phone. I talk. I talk.
Or guess what? If the camera wasn't rolling, we'd probably have the same conversation.
We would literally have the same conversation, and I actually probably wouldn't be paying as much attention to the road as I am now because I know that your eyes are on me, and I'm scared of getting in an accident on camera with this huge ass truck behind me. Where can they find you, BB?
You can find me at Soundly Awake, BBs.
And we also have new What This Week Fucks Up tomorrow, so if you want to subscribe here or subscribe to Nikki, we'll have an episode going up on both. Different episodes, by the way, just in case you were confused. Make sure you say hi to your grandmas for me, because I got places to go, I got people to touch. I like your faces very much. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.